everyone, welcome to another episode of JPNN. It's July 20th. We got some more news. Blizzard is out there doing some stuff with union reps, and we have some other things going on as well. So without further ado, let's get started. Yesterday, a team of 20 staff members at Blizzard Albany, formerly Vicarious Visions, announced that they have filed for union election with the National Labor Relations Board. The employee group calls itself the Game Workers Alliance Albany. The Albany group reached out to Activision Blizzard leadership to recognize their unionization, but the firm hasn't specified that it will. An Activision Blizzard spokesperson provided a response to the coalition's efforts. It reads as follows, quote, "We deeply respect the rights of all employees under the law to make it their own decision about whether or not to join a union. We believe that a direct relationship between the company and its employees is the most productive relationship. The company will be publicly and formally providing a response to the petition to the NLRB. Let's hope it goes well and hope the union is noticed and everything works out. We'll see. We'll make sure we have an update on that in the coming days, potentially a week or so. Bungie has filed a lawsuit against an individual for habitually and repeatedly violating Destiny 2's limited software license agreement, as well as threats made to staff via social media. The lawsuit filed last Friday accuses a streamer known as Luca Leone as routinely streaming Destiny 2 gameplay with cheats enabled, something he has been banned for multiple times. The suit alleges that Leone has dodged the bans by creating 13 new accounts, and the creation of each separate account is counted as an individual breach of the LSLA, according to Bungie. Leone has also been accused of threatening employees at the studio. The lawsuit makes reference to tweets posted by the defendant regarding his, quote, desire to burn down Bungie's office building, and tweets that imply staff are, quote, not safe, end quote, given Leon's intent to move into their neighborhood. During the investigation into Leone, it was discovered that the streamer is also a member of a forum used to sell social media accounts and Destiny 2 emblems, most of which need to be earned through gameplay. This is another violation of the LSLA, which states that the, quote, unauthorized commercial exploitation of Destiny 2, end quote, is prohibited. The suit is demanding $150,000 in damages and has asked the court to block Leone from contacting any Bungie employees or Destiny 2 players. As, quote, as Bungie has demonstrated repeatedly, it will not allow its game, its community, or its employees to be abused, defrauded, or threatened. Leone has done all three, and this action is the consequence, the lawsuit stated. Fuck that guy. Let's move on. Sony Interactive Entertainment's motion to dismiss an antitrust class action over allegations of making the PlayStation Store a monopoly has been granted. Judge Richard Seaborg of the Northern District of California dismissed the case on Friday, saying the plaintiffs had failed to prove Sony violated the Sherman Act's rules on anti-competitive practices, but the consumers have been granted a, quote, leave to amend, end quote. The case was filed last year by a group of consumers following Sony's decision in 2019 to no longer sell codes for digital games through third-party stores, instead focusing all download sales on its own PlayStation Store. The plaintiffs claim this broke antitrust laws, enabling Sony to control prices and unlawfully monopolize the market for digital PlayStation games. They also pointed to increased cost, observing that PlayStation owners could be charged up to 175% more to download a game than they would if they bought a physical copy. We'll see where that goes. Today, German game developers InnoGames revealed a new salary transparency report, becoming the first gaming company in the country to do so. The report details 80% of the firm's staffers and their earnings across job type and position. Quote, salary transparency is a matter of fairness towards your employees and your applicants, which is why we have decided to share this information publicly after initially making it available internally last year. This is all from the co-founder and COO of InnoGames, Michael Zillmer. InnoGames' report provided earning comparisons from junior roles to head of department positions. We're going to mention 8 of those positions out of the total 18 that were disclosed. All the salaries have been converted to USD for the sake of the show and to have the same format. A junior developer head game developer is 49,000 USD to 59,000 USD. The game designer entry level and game developer expert is 35,000 to 43,000. A junior marketing level is 45 to 53,000, and the head of marketing is 109,000. A first level QA tester and expert QA tester is 20,000 to 87,000. Seems good that they're doing this. The numbers are probably going to be presented somewhere else a lot better, but I would go check all that stuff out. I hope that becomes the norm across the industry. And hopefully people are finding out if they're getting fucked in their, respective job when it comes to pay. Hopefully that's the case. We'll see what happens with that. PlayStation 5 Final Fantasy VII Remake owners were not able to claim Intergrade on PS Plus. Anyone who tried to claim/download the game were given an error that tells them that Intergrade bundle clashes with their existing version of Final Fantasy VII Remake. The error message reads, quote, "For the following reasons, you already own the following products, which conflict with the product you're trying to buy, Final Fantasy VII Remake." At the time of writing/reporting, this issue has still not been fixed. Great. Good job, Sony. Maybe you should, I wonder if that's a Square, I guess that's a Sony issue that Square's gonna have to deal with ultimately. Hopefully they fix that soon, because it doesn't seem great. In a new Famitsu interview with Platinum Games, they shared new information on the studio's status, publishing business, as well as some updates regarding Project GG. Platinum Games is working on a new in-house IP beyond Project called Project GG. They're also working on multiple unannounced games for other publishers that are at different stages of development, some small and some larger. Platinum Games has hired, let's go with Takao Yamane, formerly the general manager of Nintendo's licensing department, as vice president and chief business officer, and will be responsible for the publishing division. They also plan to staff up significantly, aiming for more than 1,000 employees. They also want to publish their own games digitally and physically on a global scale. Project GG will be self-published, and it will have a standout core feature like Witch Time or Unite Morph. It's so specific. It's also greatly expanded since the initial teaser with ideas from the team. Kamiya wants to make sure that the quality for Project GG is as good as possible. The Shibu Inu shown at the Project teaser trailer will be in the game. Yamane said when asked when we can expect new info, he said, well, let's see. If I had to say, I'd say see you in Los Angeles next June. Is that what it sounds like? To put it another way, we don't have any information until that point. Please look forward to further information. Okay, we will. Sounds good. They also shared, they being Famitsu, also shared the first look at Yakuza 8, the Yakuza Like a Dragon sequel. This was spotted on a video posted by MMA fighter Mikuru Asakura during a tour he took through the Ryuga Gotoku, I'm butchering that name, studio, which has shown several stills from the next game in the series. The article states that the game will feature a new town. Ichiban has his hair tied back instead of in an afro. And Adachi and Nanba from Yakuza Like a Dragon seem to be returning in Yakuza 8. The MMA fighter / YouTuber Mirai Asakura will also be featured in Yakuza 8 as well. We'll see when we get actual information on all of that. Doom designer John Romero is working on a new FPS game with an original new IP. They tweeted the following, quote, "It's a new dawn for Romero Games. We're working with a major publisher to develop John Romero's next shooter, an all-new FPS with an all-new original IP. Our team is expanding and we're looking for people, talented people for all positions and at all experience levels, particularly those with Unreal Engine 5 experience." I wonder what an FPS looks like from John Romero in 2022. Kind of excited that he's doing that. I have no idea what it's going to be though. I hope it's not just a boomer shooter. I hope he like goes for it. He's using Unreal Engine 5, so it sounds like they are. Next story, Paradox Interactive has offered a brief update on Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, which is still in development. In response to requests for news about the game, CEO Frederick Wester said on Tuesday that Bloodlines 2, quote, "The game is in good hands and we look forward to showing you more when the team and the game is ready," end quote. However, he also told fans that the title isn't due to be shown at the publisher's PDXCon 2022 event this September. So when are you guys show it? Maybe Game Awards? We'll see. Square Enix has confirmed that total worldwide physical and digital sales for their Final Fantasy X series, which of course includes Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X2, have surpassed 20.8 million units as of September 2021. So it took them a year to... Are they just like... Do they see what Capcom is doing? They're like, we got to get out there and do that. Oh, Capcom's... They're doing great. We got to get out there. We got any stats? Yeah, we got this from last year. Put it out there. It's great. It's probably because of this, though. I should have just kept reading the story. It also announced that a new Final Fantasy X Kabuki play will be performed at Ai Stage, I guess is how you pronounce that, around Tokyo in spring 2023 as part of the Final Fantasy series 35th anniversary. For those wondering, my editor said Kabuki is a form of classical theater in Japan known for its elaborate costumes and dynamic acting. Got it. I see. The Dead by Daylight development studio Behaviour Interactive will be celebrating its 30-year anniversary for its founding by, quote, kicking off the celebrations with our first ever Behaviour Beyond showcase. Tune in on YouTube or Twitch at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Wednesday, August 3rd for the event. I guess we'll see what they show there. That's a big deal. Can't believe they've been around for that long. This morning, Sony has shared its Marvel's SpiderMan Remastered for PC, coming August 12th, feature as well as PC specs. The features include unlocked frame rate, graphic settings, DLSS support, ray traced reflections, and improved shadows, ultra-wide monitor support, as well as customizable controls. I'm eager to get my hands on that. I want to see how good that game looks. Maybe check that out sometime in August. The new upcoming Saints Row game has officially gone gold ahead of its August 23rd release date. Is that game going to be any good? We'll see. See how it goes. As Dusk Falls does have its reviews out, and they're actually quite good. GameSpot gives it a 9 out of 10. Game Informer an 8.8 out of 10. IGN a 9. Xbox Era a 7.5. EGM a 4. We do have some low scores though. GameSpeed a 3 out of 5. Game Rant a 2 out of 5. VGC a 2 out of 5. Eurogamer recommends it with 56. Critics over at Open Critic, we've got a 77. And the Metacritic is a 77 with 61 critics as well. Valve got out there today on Twitter after Nintendo did this earlier this week. They issued a warning on using their Steam Deck amidst this heat wave. The tweet reads as follows, quote, "For our friends in the midst of a heat wave, a quick note about Steam Deck and high temperatures. Steam Deck performs at its best in ambient temperatures between 0 and 35 degrees Celsius. If the temperature gets higher than this, the Steam Deck may start to throttle performance to protect itself. A bit more detail about this. Steam Deck APUs runs well at temperatures up to 100 Celsius. At 100 Celsius, it will start to throttle performance. At 105 Celsius, it will shut down. Again, this is to protect itself and you from damage," end quote. Wild that that's where we're at, that they're having to do that. Here's also another wild story. You know, Grounded from Obsidian, that fucking horror game with kids running around and giant bugs? That's being made into a video game. Nope, that's being made into a TV series. It is a video game already. That's the shocker. I know. It's gonna be called Honey, I Shrunk the Grounded Kids. No, it's not. The Xbox video game, which was inspired by A Bug's Life and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, is being adapted by Star Wars Clone Wars writer Brent Friedman. The series, which exists in the same universe as the game, follows four friends who, the summer before high school, plan big things to elevate their social standing, but their plans are upended when they stumble upon shrinking technology that makes them 2 inches tall. Great. Now the four shrunken friends must learn to survive in a towering backyard that's a jungle full of enormous predators and hiding a vast corporate conspiracy threatening their entire town. I guess we're getting a lot of Stranger Things type games, huh? Yeah, it seems like that's what we're getting. Weird. Anyways, that's going to do it. Thank you so much. You might also notice the new fancy graphics over here. Shout out to our editor for including those. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Appreciate you guys. As always, you can find the short version here on YouTube if you want, or head over to itmeJP/TikTok for the version over there as well. Thank you so much. We'll see you on Friday for the final JPNN of the week. We're out of here. Have a good one. Bye-bye.